Chapter 18. It's Dragon time, baby! Whoop, whoop. This is Dragon. Dragon time. Dragon D's nuts. He's happy to be fighting again, and they are now inside the Citadel. Going through the streets, fighting people, having a great time. The bears are running rampant. They're just going everywhere, killing everything. They're having a great time. Their slaughter is free-flowing. A white console charges Dragon. They're locked in combat, but there are more approaching. There are more white consoles approaching. And they're fighting. And he has all of his battle bros with him. He pushes the white console off and tries to get his pistol, but he misses the Y button and presses crouch by accident. He's crouching now. He gets stabbed. He does a classic XXB combo, crushing the white console's lungs. He dies. He runs again. There are more Space Marines. The enemies are just whetstones for him to sharpen his skills. He slams into another white console, but he is bigger, and he has more gifts from the god. His poison talons dig into the white console. He's stabbed again. Stab. He's now more angry and he headbutts the white console to death. His twin hearts are booming. There's two of them. Now there's a few left. And they're kind of like this distance apart. Boom. 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 The wall shatters. It's a dreadnought. It says Jeremias. The defenders on the wall start chanting Jeremias. Dragon presses A and dives into cover. Woo. Some of his battle bros don't quite make it. They skipped the quick time event. He can see that they're dying. But oh no! What's this? Coming up behind them in the stairwell. It's Naum! Naum is silent as projectiles hit him. He's hit in the shoulder and looks confused. And then he heads for Jeremias. Philemon calls Dragon. Ring ring. Gallowsman, withdraw to my position. But we're so close to the heart. That's the issue. Look around you. How many word bears are in your attack? There's hardly any, Dragon says. And Philemon replies, they're crawling in the tunnels, rounding up the mortals. This is an altar. Pull back to my position. You have other people to attend to. Naum and Jeremias are wrestling. Rah, rah, rah. The fight is apocalyptic. Dragon opens comms to his battle bros. Pull back. We have new targets. He doesn't like saying that, but he knows what Philemon means. Now we're back in the tunnel. This is Slurt. Slurt is underground. He's blind, he has eyes under his skin. He's that guy. He's trying his best. His eyes under his skin allow him to detect thousands of people above him. Crammed into bunkers. They've packed them in, the Imperials, hoarding them like gold in the dungeons of this ancient place. He is with his Unbroken, and his servitors and his slaves, and they've brought machines. Different machines to the sludge from before, but they've still got machines. He's in the Citadel's forgotten foundations, underneath the bunkers with all the mortals in them. Boom! They burst up through the floor into one of these bunkers. The people are screaming. They're trying to leave, but they're stuck. There's hundreds of them, and there's hundreds more rooms just like this that he needs to work through. Calm down. Believe me. This is for the best, he says. They're still trying to get away, they do not calm down. Surprising. Try to relax, he says. The machines he brought with him are brought up, and the first blooms rise. The larvae will follow. He's doing them a mercy. The word bears have no concern for their welfare, only blood. Silence will make this a great deal easier, he says. That's the end of chapter 18. By the way, I also stream painting Warhammer on Twitch and have a Discord. Now on with the book. Chapter 19. It's Cledo time. We're slowly working our way through the boys. He's hunting by himself, with 6 unbroken. So he's not really by himself, but he's kind of by himself. Well, there's 6 of him, including himself. There's 5 battle bros with him, I should say. They met some spacemen. They managed to kill 1 spaceman, but he's down 2 spacemen. He's down Spaceman 1, and he's down Spaceman 2. So now there's only 4 of them. And then they slipped away. Whoop, 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 whoop. Doing their little sneaky sneaks. They're on a mission to find the master of the fortress. Also something I didn't know until after this scene. I'm gonna add it in now. He's wearing a necklace at this point, and it kind of looks like this. There you go. That's his necklace. He's wearing this. He can smell the fear in the air. He can smell blood. And then he smells something else. He says. What's that? Smells like sperm. It's the gene seed banks. I'm gonna guzzle it down. Vials and vials of it ranked in vaults, kept at optimum temperature, secured behind glistening stasis fields. He thinks. Tasty.
Brother, ugh.
But then, at the end of the hallway, he sees something move. A spaceman is running around. Whoop, 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 whoop. With a crested helm and a thunder hammer. And there are 2 more with him. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. He calls Vorks. Target located. Will engage, but you may need to be swift. There are treats here, and I'm eager to gather them. He charges in. His necklace goes with him. Don't worry. There you go. He's still got his necklace on. And then we go to Vorks' POV. Vorks is watching the Citadel burn. He has arrived down on the planet now. He's parked a little way out, but he's watching. He knows a lot about this planet and the monastery, because he's done a lot of study on it. It's an exemplary model of the Imperial governing pattern. And as much as he doesn't like the Imperium, he admires them, unlike the 1K Suns. Every single time he's like, oh, I admire these people, even though I disagree with their philosophy. But I really hate the 1000 Suns. Like, he always puts it in there. He has brought them up like 4 times in this book already just to say how shit they are and how much he doesn't like them. It's like a fun little Easter egg of like, oh, when's he gonna say it next? You know, it's quite silly, I think. He's never sneered at anyone who faces the truth of the universe as they understand it and not shrink from the consequences. That's what he means by admiring. He watches and listens to the data shared to him. He does have lots of like little hologram things he can see. I didn't draw them though, soz. The Apostles of the Weeping Veil. He doesn't like how they fight. They generate anguish to achieve their goals. They're already diverting forces to the catacombs. That's where Slurt is, where all the people are hiding. He watches Dragon use Naum very effectively. Such raw talent, he thinks. Aww. So as much as Dragon is a little bitch because he's not from Barbarous, Vorks is still like, he's got a lot in him, that boy. He's a good boy. The consoles keep rallying over and over with such damnable determination. Such blind, impressive, ill-directed belief, he thinks. Cledo was sent ahead to isolate the greatest of warriors, Saimar Zydias. He already knew his name. He already knew that he would outmatch Cledo by a long way. He gets back in his Thunderhawk. Don't laugh at my Thunderhawk. And he flies his way into the Citadel. He arrives with his 12 bros. He's too big. Here. They are his bodyguards. He gets a message from Cledo. Getting difficult. Haste appreciated. But Vaux doesn't hurry. He gave Cledo a gift. An eyeball plucked from a keeper of secrets. Vaux sees Cledo's POV from it. That's the necklace that Cledo is wearing. He sees Zydias smash his Thunderhammer into Cledo's chest. Vaux moves forward. He going, and his battle bros disperse to ensure that there are no interruptions when Vaux gets to Zydias. Where are you? Cledo says. Vaux ignores him again. Vaux is like, do. He's fine. I don't really care too much. Zydias smashes Cledo's head open, and Vaux enters the room just in time to see Zydias curb stomp Cledo. Cledo is now twitching on the floor. Rah, says Zydias. Enough, says Vaux. He notices a few things about Zydias. His hammer has no power left, and he looks tired. He has been fighting for a long time. Know this, Vaux says. Your chapter's gene seed will be destroyed by my hand. None will be taken. None will be defiled. Zydias runs at Vaux with his hammer. The bodies of your warriors will not be mutilated. Those taken alive will have honorable deaths. The throne endures. Terror endures. The names of the slain will be recorded. That is a kind of immortality. A better kind than like you were promised. Vaux is larger than Zydias, and Zydias has to push himself to his limit to even try and defend against Vaux. Vaux isn't doing much at this point, he's just saying what he wants to say. But once Vaux is finished telling Zydias that they're not gonna do anything bad with the sperm banks, he simply waves his scythe and Zydias dies. Ugh. That's how much stronger Vaux is to Zydias. We have a dead boy. Dead. Chat. Vaux approaches Cledo. Cledo says, "What kept you?" "I know." Cledo isn't dead yet, and he will survive, if allowed to. And Cledo's like, "Wait, what? What do you know?" And Vaux says, "I know it was you, you bastard Cledo. I know it was you who moved the ship." Thank you. Like and subscribe.